This fire pit is a square or rectangular shape. Usually when people think of fire pits, they're round. I needed a square one because I wanted it to fit in with the design of the square angles that I have in this patio. I also didn't want one in the middle of the patio. This isn't that big of a patio, and I didn't want to take up space with a fire pit that had walls above the finish of the floor. And so if I had one with the fire pit lower and I could put a board over it, then I might be able to have some usable space. But I didn't want to have to fiddle with all that stuff. I didn't want to have to be able to, put a table over the top and not over the top. I wanted to be able to have the fire pit next to the patio though. And so by having the rectangular one, it fits in with the design, and it's next to the patio so we can still enjoy it. Can't get all the way around it, but vast majority of the time I only have a few people over at a time, and so I don't have to have a big seating area around the fire pit. I can have just a few people here in a little more intimate setting. Now this fire pit is made out of stones that were designed for pillars. They are designed for going around like a 4x4 post by having they are 8.5 by 17, and there are half bricks that are 8.5 by 8.5, and so I can instead of using them going around a wooden post and going up, I can use the half stones to make my little offset so I can have the running bond pattern of brickwork, not have the joints all sitting over the top of each other, so it makes a more stable wall. I did leave gaps in the wall so that air can flow in through the back, so when the fire is going, the air doesn't have to come over the top, but the air can come through. I did install underneath the middle of the back, down below the ground level, a pipe, a metal 2-inch pipe that will allow me to have a sleeve in the future if I decide that I need to have an airflow through there, or if I decide to put in natural gas or propane and have a little burner in here. I can have the propane tank on the outside come through the sleeve and have the burner down at the bottom. But so far, wood fires have worked out really well. I do have brick pavers on the floor of they're actually concrete pavers on the floor of the fire pit area. Makes it much easier to clean up and just broom it and sweep it, and all the ash can be easily taken care of. I do have one corner that's not covered in brick. That way I can put in a post for my grill. The circular grill can be swung over the flames and swung off the flames, and so I like being able to cook over this fire as well. Besides being able to do marshmallows and s'mores and hot dogs, I can actually put a frying pan or anything else I want on the little grill if I decide I want to do that. I did put a raised row of pavers across the front so that the ashes and coals and stuff won't come out, and rain and whatever is out here can't get in, and so kids' toys, the grandchildren or whatever, nothing can roll into the flames that way. These pillar stones are smooth on one side and rough surface on the outside. I tried keeping the rough surface on the outside and the smooth on the inside, so I can have a little easier cleanup on the inside and then have a little more decorative look to the outside. I did use liquid nails underneath before I put the stones on, so it won't go anywhere. You don't have to have round fire pits. You don't have to have a metal bowl for a fire pit that's going to rust away like the one I had before. You can have a square fire pit. You do need to take into account the airflow so that the air can flow in through the flames, so it doesn't have to come over the top, because that'll push the smoke into the patio. So this way the air comes in through the sides and it can go up, and it's easy to clean by putting in the brick bottom. Next time you're thinking about putting in a fire pit, think about making one out of wall stones instead of out of a circular stone. And this is Jeff with a Greener View. Thanks for watching.